What was that about?
Wow. Bud Light must be really desperate.
I live for the gays, the gays, the gays, the gays, the guys, the gays, the gays make me happy.
Do you remember this woman? Alicia Heinerschied, I think her name is, when she made this statement.
I'm a businesswoman. I had a really clear job to do when I took over Bud Light. And it was, this brand is in decline. It's been in decline for a really long time. And if we do not attract young drinkers to come and drink this brand, there will be no future for Bud Light. So I had this super clear mandate. It's like, we need to evolve and elevate this incredibly iconic brand. And what I brought to that was a belief in, okay, what does evolve and elevate mean? It means inclusivity. It means shifting the tone. It means having a campaign that's truly inclusive and feels lighter and brighter and different and appeals to women and to men. And representation is at sort of the heart of evolution. You've got to see people who reflect you in the work. And we had this hangover. I mean, Bud Light had been kind of a brand of fratty, kind of out of touch humor. And it was really important that we had another approach.
Well, great job. You did it, girl. Now the company is down the drain.
I am losing patience.
Hi. Impressive carrying skills, right? I got some Bud Lights for us. So, I kept hearing about this thing called March Madness, and I thought we were all just having a hectic month.
So you don't know what March Madness is?
But it turns out it has something to do with sports. And I'm not sure exactly which sport.
So you don't know what March Madness is. You didn't know that it had a relationship with sport. You don't even know which sport that is. And you are promoting Bud Light, which people who watch March Madness, they drink beer and stuff like that. I don't drink. I could do without. You're the wrong person. You are the wrong face for this. But again, everything got to be we got to go rogue. Everything has to be woke. But I think the fight back, the pushback, they starting to feel it.
But either way, it's a cause to celebrate.
Celebrate, all right.
This month, I celebrated my day 365 of womanhood, and Bud Light sent me possibly the best gift ever, a can with...
This is the can that turned the world upside down.
See you in hell, coward!
This is the one. And the backlash has never been the same. I mean, Bud Light has paid greatly for that. And again, what has been the result? According to New York Post, Bud Light their sales plunged 28.5% ahead of July 4th. Sister brand slam in wake of DM disaster.
I'm terrified.
And again, everybody's pushing back against Bud Light for good reasons, of course. You don't do your people like that, okay? You don't get rid of your customers. That's not a good business strategy.
I quit.
Well, what I wanted to talk about today is how Bud Light is responding to all of this situation. Well, they've been putting out a number of commercials. Their way of handling the backlash is putting out commercial in the hope to change people's perspective. No apology videos, no ownership of their mistakes, no self-accountability here. They're not choosing between the trends nor the average American. No. We want to put videos out there to see if we can change people's perspective about the brand. So we're going to go through a series of videos from Bud Light today. So sit tight, enjoy the show. This is going to be a good one. The first one we're going to look at now is the Bud Light. What do you call that? This is the horse video. This one came out a little bit on April 14th. So this is a little bit after the backlash. So they started to see what they could do to fix things up. It's called the Shared Spirit, Budweiser. Let's take a listen.
Let me tell you a story about a beer rooted in the heart of America, found in a community where a handshake is a sure contract, brewed for those who found opportunity in challenge and hope in tomorrow. Raised by generations, willing to sip, share, risk, remember. This is a story bigger than beer. This is the story of the American spirit.
This Bud for you. What has been the result? Nothing has really changed. People still push back. They don't care. Too late. Too little too late. Here is another one. Bud Light is not done. They're still trying to clean up their mess. Hey, the best way to get people to drink your beer, make it look like people who are drinking beer are having fun. Hey, there we go. Will that even make a difference?
Oh, no, I don't think so.
Cold beer on a Friday night, a pair of jeans that fit just right, and the radio.
Does that make a difference? Nobody cares. Nobody seems to care. Well, there is another one Bud Light just came out with also. That was about 2 weeks ago, and I spoke about that. I found that this one was a bit disrespectful. I'm going to have to put my own music on because I don't like Bud Light music so much because there's a copyright stuff going on in here, so. Bud Light. Wow. And that's something. So dumb. Wow. That's not good. Wow. Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
It still doesn't matter. Bud Light is still trying to clean up their mess. And here's another video again. This is another new video that they got put out. And it's like back to back. They're putting out these commercials, man. They're hoping to change perspective. Now, you know your customers. I think it's a little bit too late now. The ones who had a long day of work and they come home to drink a beer. So, I mean, took you a while to realize who they were.
It's too late. It's too late.
Friday. But like you did this to yourself. Now, here's another one. They just put this one out. It's only an hour ago. Here, check it out.
Where did you go? Hey, old friend.
Yeah, they keep on trying. And again, friends, Bud Light, I don't know what to do with Bud Light.
It's true we're losing money.
In the midst of all of this, they still haven't learned the basic lesson that I think most people are trying to teach them. It's okay, man. If you make mistakes, just own it. Apologize. Do things differently. The thing with Bud Light is that they refuse to pick a side, right? They want to be woke, but at the same time, they want the money of conservatives and patriots, and Americans who they've done business with for a long time. But you threw them under the bus, and now they're pushing back against it. You're paying the price, and I think the consequence of their action here is kind of what they wish they could avoid. But at the same time, they're not really standing for anything to really make a difference regarding the situation and decisions that they've made. So in all actuality, Bud Light is still giving us the middle finger. They haven't really learned. So the more commercials they put out to cover up their crimes, to cover up their sins, I should say. Not crime so much, but yeah, crime in a long, if you're taking that from a long distance, the fact you're promoting this stuff is just not going to work. And I think the more you cover up is the worse things will be. And the thing is, it's just when you're wrong, man. You just got to stop making excuses for it. And it's okay. Just own it and do things better next time.
Sorry. I am done with you.
Here for you. He that covereth his sins shall not prosper, but whoso confesseth and forsaketh them shall have mercy. There's a lesson we can learn from this, right? You can cover your sin, right? You can cover your wrongs and hoping that it goes away. You can try to put like a Band-Aid over an open wound, a bleeding wound. That's kind of what Bud Light is doing here. It is just putting Band-Aids over a real issue that impacts the lives of so many people. It's bigger than beer for some people. It's about their family, their livelihood. It's about perceptions as well. How do you see me as an individual? The fact you place these trends and all that woke ideology, you care more about your CEI score, your DEI, your ESG, supposedly, than the people themselves. So you put businesses and marketing share. You care more about the kind of money that you get from rich men than the average man who's been standing with you, who's giving you their trust and their money from the very beginning. It's like, that was not a good choice, man. You just got to own it as a company. And I think every company should look at Bud Light and think a little bit. And I think this Bud Light boycott is making a lot of companies realize whether or not going woke is a good idea. And I even heard that even companies like BlackRock and Vanguard and them, they are thinking twice about this ESG business. They're starting to think a little bit more and saying, you know what, maybe this DEI, diversity, equity or equality and inclusion, maybe this stuff is not working. Maybe it's not as good as we thought it would work. And maybe we should stay away from it. And I hope you do, because it's just that the people are speaking. And I hope these companies listen to the voice of the people. He who covers his sin will not prosper, but whoso confesseth and forsaketh them shall have mercy. The same is true in a spiritual sense. When I'm in the wrong, it's never safe to cover it up. It's best you ask God to help you to overcome, but to cover it up, the Bible says you will not prosper. It will not work. It's best you confess and forsake so that you can receive mercy. There's a warning in there for all of us who think doing wrong always means we can get away with our wrongs. There's times that it messes up with you. And I think Bud Light has been supporting the trans ideology and the gay movement for such a long time. But today things are different. The tensions are different. There's family involved. There's children involved. People are aware. It's become political, It's not business as usual anymore. You have to make a bold stand for either the people or you're going to stand for ideology. And Bud Light is showing their true colors. Not just Bud Light, North Face, Target, and many others are doing the same. But I think what's happening to Bud Light is sending a message internationally to every single business out there. Be careful what you do. Thank you for listening, guys. Like and subscribe to the page. Click the bell icon for more. Link in the description below. Follow me, support the channel as well. Check out our merch. I'll see you in the next video. Have a good one. Bye.